Taylor Swift. To say that she's popular is an understatement. Um, we've seen Taylor Swift have an impact on the NFL. Just the mere mention of her dating Travis Kelce, everything went up the roof. People started watching the Super Bowl 10 times more. Because she brought her whole fan base, people that didn't even watch football, started watching football just to see. And the NFL played right into it. They started showing her on every other play. They started showing her picture all the time because they just wanted to capture that other side of the audience. So to say that Taylor Swift is a magnet for attention, again, is an understatement. Now, this is a rumor, so please take it as a rumor. But apparently, Marvel has been in talks with Taylor Swift. Now, upon hearing that, a lot of people would think and probably assume that the talks with Marvel would be for the role Dazzler. Now, Dazzler is a character in the X-Men, universe. She's a mutant that can turn sound into like energy projections or something like that, whatever. But basically, she's a singer and she's a mutant. Okay, that makes sense for Taylor Swift, I guess. But that ain't what the rumor is about. The rumor is about Taylor Swift doing a lot more than just a quick little cameo in a Marvel property. Marvel Studios, according to this rumor, are reportedly developing a Blonde Phantom Disney Plus series. Taylor Swift is being considered to lead. It will be set in the 1950s, Las Vegas, and it's a crime-fighting spy series. No, thank you. I'm sorry. What did Anthony Mackie say? No. No. I don't want any piece of that. Not one. Nothing about that sounds interesting. Everything about that sounds incredibly forced only because it's Taylor Swift. This sounds like one of those cute little ideas that gets tossed in the executive room and somebody messed around and took them seriously. From what I understand, at least from, and I could be wrong, but I do not believe Taylor Swift has a lot of acting ability. I haven't seen enough to convince me that this would be a good idea at all. And again, this is a rumor. But if you were to tell me that she was going to just be a cameo, all right, get your little cheap pop in, I guess. But as a lead, like that means that she's going to have a lot of speaking parts. That means that we have to believe her. That means that we have to stop seeing Taylor Swift and we have to see this blonde phantom. I don't believe that that can happen. This is similar to my concern with the MCU trying to get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to come in and play Apocalypse. I don't want, if I have to see more of the actor and not enough of the character, that's not going to win. And for my wrestling fans, and I've said this before, but for my wrestling fans, this reminds me of the NWO era when it was WWE versus WCW. What do I mean by that? WWE, whether you're a wrestling fan or not, that's like the height, the peak of wrestling entertainment. But there was a moment back in the 2000s, late 90s, whatever, where NWO came up and they started going through the roof with the ratings. WCW has always been chasing WWE, but NWO in the WCW, when they came to that peak, they didn't know how to stay up there. So what did they do? They started getting all these celebrities to come in. Next thing you know, Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone, they're getting all these random celebrities to come into their wrestling program. And sooner or later, it got so cheesy and so bad to the point where this already pre-scripted entertainment started to feel even faker. Jay Leno, like, it was like, y'all are getting away from the already pre-scripted inauthenticity of the wrestling. I mean, I was tuning in because NWO was breaking the script. They were doing all this crazy, wild stuff. It was unpredictable. But when they started doing and leaning on celebrity, it got whack. And they eventually went out of business. I don't want Marvel to go down that route, because one thing that has been apparent and clear is that you don't need star power anymore when it comes to recognizable IPs. I'm not saying Blonde Phantom is recognizable because I ain't never heard of her. I've never read that comic, so I don't know anything about it. But what I am saying is that when you're in the MCU, when you're in Marvel, Marvel don't need any help with stars in that capacity. They just don't. I'll give you a perfect example. When this upcoming X-Men movie comes up, when they do this X-Men movie, do you really think they need a household brand superstar name to play Wolverine? I don't. Because the role in itself is so iconic. The role in itself is so well known that whoever they pick to play Wolverine, that's going to be the new it guy. It's the same thing that happened with Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Y'all were not checking for Tom Holland until he got into the Spider-Man suit. Now he has recognition. Now he was able to do bigger and I wouldn't say better, but more things because of that. So the MCU in general does not need to go out there saying like, hey, we got to go find the biggest name out there. What's next? Y'all gonna get Beyonce to play somebody? Beehive, don't come for me. I'm just saying Marvel don't need the Beehive. That's all. They don't. I don't want Beyonce in the MCU with a lead role doing this. For what? No, thank you. Now, if it's somebody who happens to sing, who happens to be a good actress or actor, that's a different story. But no, I'm good. I'm good. They don't need it. They do not need it at all. So I hope that this rumor stays a rumor. I hope that it never comes true. That is just not what I want. It's nothing against Taylor. I just don't think that it would be a good business move for this franchise. That's all. So you guys let me know. What do you think about this rumor? Do you want to see Taylor Swift and all the Swifties come on over to the MCU? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.